Largest economy appears to be cooling down. Surveys by Munich's IFO Institute show that German business confidence has fallen for a third consecutive time. Well, new emission standards for the German auto industry have played a role in the downturn, but the numbers suggest that other factors may be at play. Well, with more on this and a roundup of the week's biggest business stories is business analyst and Explain the Market CEO Guy Shone, who joins me here in the studio. Great to see you here in the studio, Guy. Great to have you here. So business in Germany has seen a real extended upswing recently, hasn't it? But this could be a turning point, couldn't it, in its downturn?
Sam, it's definitely cooling down. And, there's been a lot of talk about auto emission standards and the impact that that's having. But as you said there, I think there's clearly wider issues at play. And when you look at the size of the German economy, it's the biggest economy in Europe, then you see that these big geopolitical issues that everyone's wrestling with at the moment are obviously going to have an effect on that German economy in a disproportionate way. One of the positive benefits of that, though, is that whilst they're having an effect which is negative at the moment because there's so much uncertainty, if we can get a route forward, if we can get a clear path to understand what's going to happen with Brexit, to understand what's going to happen with the Italian budget disagreement, then potentially there could be lots of confidence that German businesses can take from that, and critically that could lead to them releasing that much needed investment that the economy needs.
OK, let's move on to our second topic then, Guy, and to the UK, where angry rail passengers have got their way to a degree, haven't they? They've managed to secure the launch of a rail ombudsman to address some of those widespread delays that we hear so much about. How much of a difference will this role actually make, though?
Well, look, Sam, it is a great thing to hear for many of those millions of passengers who've been campaigning for months and years now. And the truth is that the UK rail network has not been in a good situation for quite a long time. And just imagine what it's like, to be one of those customers and to be standing on a dark, wet British train platform, to get such a bad service that you feel you have to write a letter of complaint in to the operator, and then to feel that letter of complaint's not taken seriously. Well, that's the norm now in the UK. The majority of people who complain don't feel they get a satisfactory response to that complaint. So although there are issues that are still unresolved, there are still conversations which need to be had about infrastructure investment, about the public-private balance of investment. I think it will be music to the ears of those people who've been campaigning for so long to know at least their voice, to some degree now, will be listened to.
Yeah, but they still need to get to those root causes, don't they? Right, finally, Guy, let's touch on the oil market. And black gold, as it's known, has had its own Black Friday, or did it?
Well, interesting things happened this weekend because many people have been talking about Black Friday. There was a drop of about 8% in the oil market on Friday, which led many analysts to talk about the oil market having its own Black Friday. There has been a bit of a bounce back today, not quite enough for people to call it Bounce Back Monday or anything like that. But there's an interesting thing going on in the oil market at the moment. There are lots of concerns about the China-US relationship. Equally, there are concerns about the wider market turbulence across the planet. But supply is outpacing demand in the oil market at the moment. That's really interesting. So when we look ahead to 2019, this supply surplus is going to be a really interesting thing to monitor.
OK, Guy Shone there from Explain the Market. Thank you for joining us, and great to have you here in the studio for a change. Thank you.